Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and here we are with my 2022 setup. And this time around I'm actually using the AmandaRachLee Doodle Planner, and this one is in the taupe. And surprisingly enough, this is the same journal that my pen pal has, and she has the lilac version, so I thought it would be pretty cool to start the new year with matching notebooks. But this is my first time using Amanda's bullet journal, and it's actually really good quality. It does have like a sturdiness to it when you do hold it. I don't know if you get what I mean by that, but it's just when you hold it, it actually has a good amount of weight. It feels kind of luxurious. It does have that faux leather with gold detailing on the cover. It doesn't have any like gold edging on the paper itself, but it's still a really nice touch without being too much. And then on the end of the bookmark, it does have the little sparkle charm, which I thought was like pretty cute. And yeah, I'm just really excited to use this journal for this year. So it took me a while to really figure out what kind of theme I wanted to do to pretty much start off my bullet journal. And I thought about it for the longest time, and for whatever reason, my brain went straight to like a Western theme. I've never ever done a Western theme before or even gravitated towards it, but I tried really hard to kind of achieve it, and it ended up being an epic fail. I honestly erased the page so much, I'm surprised the page didn't tear. But I basically scrapped the idea and just went to something that I truly like, which was soft colors and simplicity. So I pretty much have been really into these banner doodles ever since I did my November plan with me, and then just kept it super simple with some really nice like primary colors, at least to me. So I did a yellow, a mint green, a pink, and a like periwinkle purple to it. And because of how minimal I am going with my theme, I honestly thought that cutting my washi tapes in half actually played along really well with the size that I chose to basically make my lettering, my doodles. It just looked really nice and clean. So I must admit, I am one of those people that kind of tossed out the year at a glance setup for their bullet journals. You know, I ride with the team because I totally get it. It looks aesthetically pleasing after the tedious writing in the numbers by hand and kind of like figuring out the measurements to fit all 12 months on one page. But I did not want to be here basically writing in numbers for at least 30-40 minutes. So I decided just to focus on a future log, and I know that I will not fill up my book with all 12 months. I never have. So I pretty much set the standard to where if I can at least fit 6 to 7 months of the year in one journal, then I'll be totally good. So that's why for my future log, I only have up until June. But if I needed, you know, any other planning, I guess, then I think that would be time for me to move on to a new notebook. And yet I still haven't gotten away from writing everything out by hand. I know last year I tried to find the rubber stamps to basically make my life a whole lot easier, and oddly enough, they were sold out, and I didn't think that rubber stamps in my area would be that popular. So I never bothered to go get them ever again, and I thought that writing it by hand, it wouldn't really bother me too much. There's still some odd satisfaction I get from basically writing things out by hand, but you know, I'll live. my theme didn't really have anything else going for itself besides really cute colors and I guess bubble letters. So I went ahead and drew this really cute bear mascot, and I actually was inspired after seeing this image online. I always forget the name of this character, but pretty much this is what inspired me to make this cute little mascot. And if you're wondering what I'm coloring the stars with, I actually got this really cool gold like glittery watercolor paint, and so I basically applied it as a cute little factor or like pop to my spread, since some of the washi tape that I did use does have some of that gold reflex in it. Looking back at my last bullet journal, I didn't really utilize the setup portion too much. I did flip back to those pages a couple of times, but I didn't really use a lot of it. So I definitely took this time to think about what I really wanted to do or what I wanted to change up, and I actually wanted this yearly setup to be a little bit more fun. So I actually decided to do themes at a glance, which every month I would basically draw like a mini version of whatever theme that I picked in each of the boxes, and I thought that would be like a cute little way to have a good yearly overlook, just because I'm not really the type of person that, you know, the Polaroid idea is cool and all, but one, I don't have a Polaroid. Two, I don't really do a whole lot with my life personally. I just work a lot, so I felt like that would be just a waste of space in my opinion. So I just kept it really simple, and whenever I have the time to, or even if I'm actually planning something out, I can actually draw it here at my themes at a glance. Are you guys excited for the new year? For me, I'm actually looking forward to it just because I was a little bit disappointed with 2021. I thought that things would start to get better with life in terms of like post-pandemic, but really it hasn't really changed much, and I just want things to get back to normal, just to enjoy the simple things of life, like going out and adventuring, hanging out with friends, go to concerts, anything like that, because I'm totally over just being cooped up and I want to socialize a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit personal here. Have you guys ever been the type where if you try to set goals for yourself, you always felt weird kind of setting that expectation? Because I definitely do. I did not know how I felt about wanting to do a goals page just because I felt like I was kind of lying to myself. Usually if I have a goal, I kind of try my hardest to nip it in the butt, because I've never been the type of person that likes to have a long-term goal to where I'm spending so much time on it. I'm a very impatient person, so once I have an idea of what I want to do, I just go out and try to achieve it. So instead, I decided to do an intentions page, basically more of like what my intention of doing. Why am I doing this? Or let's work on something. It's very similar to a goals, I guess, thought process, but I don't know, the word goal, it seems wrong. And it rubs me the wrong way a little bit. So I thought having an intentions page might be a little bit better. So what I put down was what to work on, what's keywords of the year for me, habits to break, and what I learned. So basically it's just small things to think about throughout the year without feeling like, man, I really didn't achieve anything, or I didn't get as many goals done as I planned, and it just seems kind of negative. So within intentions page, it's supposed to create more positivity than negativity. I'm curious, what are your guys' intentions or goals for this year? For me, my personal intention is to work on trying not to work so much and enjoy life, because, you know, time is so fleeting and I don't really get to enjoy it too often with my loved ones, and I want to be able to look back and have really great memories and not feel like I just slaved away working over 40 hours every week. I know not everybody does YouTube, so these two pages are pretty obsolete if you're not into making videos, but for me, I would like to have an area where I can just jot down some brainstorm ideas of what I like to do in terms of videos, and also where I want my channel to kind of go. Now that I've been kind of doing YouTube videos for almost 2 years, it'll be 2 years in June, but I want to pretty much create, you know, content that you guys really do enjoy, and I'm actually pretty excited about it because I want to be able to do a lot more art-based videos. For me, I do enjoy art, but they always say you're your worst critic, and that's definitely me. And it's nothing, you know, terribly wrong to have that type of mindset. It's just that I never really took my art serious, or I never really thought much about it. Growing up, I was that kid that would wake up early on Saturday mornings just to watch those art infomercials about how do you use this paint and these techniques will work the best on this, and I was just so fascinated by that. So for me, it was always just a hobby where I would just blow off time, but I never made anything of it, and I always felt like my art was okay because I never really had a good mental muscle. Now, mental muscle, if you don't really know, is where you would think about what you want to draw and envision details, line work, color palettes, or even shadows. And sometimes if you don't know how to think about where those things are for your drawing, then you work on improving where those natural things will be in your photo or in your picture. So for me, I'm pretty terrible at coming up with ideas on the fly or originally from my brain, and doing bullet journaling actually has helped a whole lot. Before, I would never really do art. As I got older, I never really cared to do it. I probably would draw something once every 4 or 5 months because it took so long. I ended up not really enjoying it by the end of the process because I forgot. Art takes a while, but I appreciate bullet journaling for what it's done for me, and it pretty much ignited my love for art again and appreciation for different styles, because definitely my personal Instagram feed is lined up with nothing but other amazing creators. Since I went and rambled off a little bit, here I'm pretty much just doing a little tracker for my pen pal letters. And at the moment, I do have one pen pal, and I've actually enjoyed the process, to be honest. It's really nice pretty much doing like snail mail and not relying too much on technology to communicate with another person. So here I just have a section for who my pen pal is, what their address is, and also dates on when I receive and send them, but also if I wanted to send a package, how many packages have I sent, because I will tell you, my friends, postal services are not cheap. They're actually pretty expensive, especially if you are sending anything out internationally. So that's pretty much it for the layouts in my yearly setup. I wanted to keep it short and sweet because I wanted to focus on the things that I actually will use. But also, one of the things that I did skip out on was a things to check out spread, just because I usually live under a rock, so I'm not really up to date with a lot of things. But also, if there's something that I get hooked on, it ends up becoming a really, really bad thing for me. I have this thing where my attention, if it's stuck on one thing, I won't really let it go, especially with reading manga. Oh my gosh, it's like a really bad habit. I won't come out of my room for hours just because I'm just so into reading that specific story. Or same thing with shows, I'll watch an entire season in like one sitting. It's actually pretty unhealthy, but that's why I try not too hard to find something I like. But that's why I kind of skipped that spread and just went straight to a cute little quote page to end my yearly setup. And I kept it really cute because I wanted to showcase my little mascot friend. He doesn't really have a name. Maybe we might name him. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But I wanted to pretty much start this year with good intentions, a good mindset, and look forward to new things. 2021 hasn't been too bad for me personally, just really overworking myself, and I want to change that, and I want to make that my personal intention to move forward with. And hopefully you guys have a great 2022 as well. If you guys stuck it to the very end, you're so awesome, and I'm so grateful for you guys because honestly, without you, I wouldn't be here making videos and showcasing my art to you guys, but also getting your great feedback. So I want to take this time to thank you, and hopefully we have a great year with each other. But again, if you do like this video, don't forget to like it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and let's build this channel together. Until next time, bye!